Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Coastal Bros. Let me bring in my two bros right now, Mr. Joey Two Wallets, and we also have Mr. Irrelevant, the shades on and everything. What's going on?
I've gone Hollywood, guys.
Well, you are in Hollywood, so I guess we're here. Man, what a great draft! What do you guys think about that draft?
It
I
was
mean that
different. It was different. It wasn't the sexiest draft, as far as offensive players go. But I think every team made themselves better because they didn't necessarily go for the sexy pick. They went for need. So I think in the long run, I think all of these teams are gonna benefit from it.
Yeah, I was the same. I was the same way. I mean, uh, looking at the surprising, I was okay. We got our big trades, but we didn't get the big trade because Debo Samuel's still 49er as of now. But we did get some players. First, I want to say thank you to everybody that came on throughout the 2 days of live NFL reaction draft. It was pretty cool. We're gonna get a couple more things in there as we speak. Like as we speak right now, I am. If you see my eyes going up and down, it's because I'm watching the Tampa Bay Lightning and Toronto Maple Leafs playoff game. Hockey just starting. We'll get some hockey playoff talking a little bit. And that's why I'm rocking my LA Kings jersey stuff right now. But as far as the draft goes, I was excited. I think I got to give the Chiefs probably like I'm gonna say an A minus because I'm still not thrilled on their corner they got. I mean, I was looking for a bigger corner than I was than little short guys they got, but I like the fact that we got a bunch of secondaries. We got a bunch of, and we have, hey, we got a wide receiver, not the wide receiver I thought we were gonna get. We got a defensive end, not the defensive end I thought we were gonna get. But hey, defense. I gotta say about an A minus. What do you guys? Once that Cowboys, that was rate your draft, rate your team.
Cowboys overall, all things being considered, I'd probably give them a B plus, with exception of that fifth round pick that we acquired for Mr. Amari Cooper. Uh, we were only able to bring in this kid named Matt Wiletsko, who's a tackle from like North Dakota. But that aside, I think overall it was a good draft. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily the sexiest draft as far as big player names or guys that can make an impact right away on the offensive side. But overall, I think they did a good job. I came away with B plus is a fair grade. I wonder how Mr. Two Wallets feels about his multiple teams.
you know what? I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Let's rewind here. Because that's the one I didn't get. I knew I should have done it, but hold on, give me 4 seconds here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, for starters, with the number 1 pick, you took Tyler Smith. Okay? Now, I knew this before ESPN did. I'm just stating that as a fact. Why? Because I watched the AAC. Okay? I watched the AAC because it used to be the Big East. I'm leading up to it. Give me a second. Now, knowing Tulsa the way that I do, in the AAC, they were the most penalized team in the conference, and I think top 5 in all of football, which is about 130 some odd teams. Okay? So I'm going to ask you, do you feel confident drafting an offensive tackle who led that offensive line in penalties on that team and in the AAC?
I mean, leave it up to Joey to to look at the negative side. So you're going to blame this one kid for the entire team?
I'm not blaming this one kid. I'm blaming for the guy who drafted him and then showed his draft paper at the press conference saying that they had him rated higher because he's a better athlete. Really? That's what Jerry Jones is doing? Jerry Jones is being Al Davis? Let me guess. We're going to draft the biggest and the baddest, and we're going to draft the fastest and the quickest. Is that what we're doing now in Dallas?
Listen, historically, we've done a pretty good job drafting tackles. So I trust Jerry Jones on this one. Like I said, this was a draft more about potential than it was about instant impact. So, you got to give it some time. This kid might develop into something. I'm not saying that he's going to be a Pro Bowl caliber player, but we'll see. We'll see if he pans out.
Okay, another player. You drafted a wide receiver in the third round by Jalen Tolbert.
Yes. By the way, I did not know a thing about this kid. I watched some highlights. I came away fairly impressed.
I will say one thing. The kid's got big hands, and the hand catch radius is very impressive.
Here we go.
Now, I know you're going to laugh, and I know Daniel's going to laugh, but you don't have to believe. Yeah, hand catch radius. His ability to catch the ball is just as impressive as Sky Moore, who got drafted by Kansas City. So that I will give you good high marks on. And I actually watched video of the 5th round offensive lineman because I didn't know who he was. The kid can sit, and he's got long arms. When you can sit and you can shift your hips and you got long arms, you got a chance.
Well,
especially in an offense that needs.
He better turn into something because basically he was traded for Amari Cooper, so he better turn into something.
Well, I'll say this much: you guys need, generally when the final roster, you need starting 5, and then you need 6, 7, and 8 that are going to make the roster. So I give him more of a chance to make that 6, 7, 8 than this first round pick. I think his arms, even though they're a little bit shorter, I think he's better at using them. I think just because he's a little less athletic doesn't mean that he won't be a good offensive lineman. Actually, I didn't think Dallas had a bad draft. I just don't like that first pick.
I like Sam Williams, our second round pick from Ole Miss. I watched some tape on him, and he looks like he might turn into something. So a lot of potential. Like I said, a lot of times you're just drafting based on potential, and it's not till a couple seasons down the line where you start to see if you make the right choice or not.
And I was surprised to see that you guys drafted a tight end. And it's funny because the tight end you guys drafted,
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, he's just like the tight end you have. So it's like,
yeah, we have enough. Yeah, we have enough guys on the roster that can play that position. So I think it's
right.
It's just an insurance policy, in case injuries. But we'll see. We'll see if he makes the roster.
All right, and before I get on Big Chief here, I want to ask you one question. Who had the best draft out of any team?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. I hate to say it, man. Division rival, but the Eagles. The Eagles made some solid moves. Mainly acquiring your guy, A.J. Brown from the Tennessee Titans. They made some solid picks, and they're probably going to be the team that contends with us for that division.
Cool, very cool. All right. And as we see here in the ticker, Big Chief, we've seen the highs of this draft in the 9 hours we recorded. Yeah. We've seen the lows. We've seen the I don't knows. As you guys started with, this was probably the most confusing draft I think I've ever seen by all teams except for 2. And I'm curious, as the question is asking, what is your grade for the Kansas City Chiefs? How did you guys do? What did you like best?
Um, I, for my grade, I'm gonna say A minus. I like the fact that we got as we call him George Carl out of Purdue.
Yeah.
I like the fact we got that. Sky Moore, I saw some tape. That's great. I like Sky Moore. Um, I was hoping for Pickens because I thought he's more of a bigger type of receiver. But hey, uh, I'm okay. And the fact that like, we got everything except I am not good with a Dupree. Is that his name? What's that corner from Washington? It's a Dupree, right?
Trent McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie. Okay, Trent McDuffie. I'm not a big fan of. Right. However, hey, we'll see. Well, the last guy that they got from Washington it was Marcus Peters, and he turned out pretty good until a couple years, except for that, and then he wanted money, and then he got paid. So, hey, A minus. We got what we needed. You know, we needed a wide receiver. We needed a defensive end. We needed. I'm looking at some of the undrafted guys that the Chiefs are picking up. They got a running back from Maryland, Tyron Fleet. They got.
Oh, they did. Okay.
They picked up Mike Rose, I'm a linebacker from Iowa State. They just picked up, and they get a lot of running backs and DBs. So we'll see what happens. They got a couple offensive linemen that they're just trying to, so they're just stocking up, But I gotta say A minus.
All right. Our other brother is not here right now, so I guess we'll go around the horn here.
So wait a minute. What about your Tennessee Titans?
I'll let you guys read it.
What, in the Titan blue or in the Titans doing?
You don't seem too enthusiastic, Joey.
Look, I just alluded to it. I have been watching the draft. Put some light on the subject. I have been watching the draft my whole adult life. This is the first time I felt like while we had a good team, we were going to draft for the future of what our team could be. And this is the first time I honestly saw my Tennessee Titans and said, oh no, we're rebuilding.
So how long before Malik Jackson takes over Ryan Tannehill's job?
Look, they got him pegged as a project. Some people got him as the best quarterback in this draft. At this point, I have no idea. Like we got rid of Julio Jones and AJ Brown in 1 year. That's not an accident. We got Woods. Guess why? His cap number next year is beautiful for us. Come to find out, after the season, Ryan Tannehill's contract is easy to get out of and will only cost Tennessee $5 million. So basically, this season, with things that are going to help Ryan Tannehill, are going to make or break him. I think we still need a number one wide receiver. I've never heard of number one rookie wide receivers other than Anquan Bolden, Larry Fitzgerald, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, and maybe Jamar Chase.
So now that you say that, I'll get back. I have a topic here, but I'll wait for you to go with it.
But I'm more curious. I was asked to go on a show for my outside opinion on the Dolphins. I'm very curious on what you guys' outside appearance, because right now with Tennessee, I could flip a coin. What do you guys think?
With the Dolphins?
No, about the Titans.
The Titans. Hey, I think Ryan Tannehill's days are numbered. It's so That's where what's going to be. I got a couple free agents here. I think if you got need a wide receiver, a number one or number two, there's a lot of good free agent wide receivers out there still. Um, that you can maybe get on the cheap, but all the wide receivers want money, so you're gonna have to pay, and you didn't want to pay AJ Brown. I like the fact that you got an AJ Brown for cheap in the draft as far as comparison, but I think this is the last year for Tennessee. You guys don't win it all here. It's time to rebuild. Rebuild.
Yeah, man. Derrick Henry's about to hit that wall. You can't put so much on his shoulders, man, year after year, and not give him any help and expect him to have a long career. Guys that run as violent as he does, tend to have a short span in the NFL. So
now this is just to challenge that last thought. I just told you. Looking at the draft. Now you guys can look this up for yourself, but I happen to know the people we drafted. Me and Big Chief were arguing. Well, Tennessee's got to draft running back. Remember, Big Chief, we said they got to draft running back.
Yeah.
We all thought I wanted Ty from North Carolina, the third down pass catching running back, somebody to complement Derrick Henry. You said, if I'm not mistaken, well, they might as well go with another Alabama running back. And I think I told you, I said, yeah, that's what all the experts are saying.
Yeah.
But did you guys see who Tennessee drafted at running back? I mean, we knew they would, but did you guys see?
No.
They drafted the best running back in the Big Ten. The running back from Michigan, Haskins. He's only 6'1", 230, 225. They basically drafted the same. He looks just like the kid from Oakland. I said Oakland, daggone it. Go ahead, Big Chief.
Vegas.
He runs just like the kid from Vegas. If you guys don't know Haskins, plug in the tape for Michigan. You guys know how Jim Harbaugh knows how to run those running backs.
Yeah, hopefully he can carry some of the load because, Derrick Henry's been a workhorse for you guys. And like I said, you can only do that for so many years till it takes a toll on your body.
Right.
So
right.
I think honestly, man, if I were the Titans, I would start the Malik Willis era right away.
Well, okay, speaking of which.
Whoa.
Well, speaking of that, I got a comment here that says, did you hear Ryan Tannehill doesn't want to coach Willis, saying it's my job. That's not my job to coach him. So do we have a Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love? Is that a situation going on around here where it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, you win or you're done? Like, what do we got?
Yeah, I read an article about that. Kurt Warner said that Ryan Tannehill's wrong for that. Kurt Warner said that you should want to, help your teammates get better because, football is a volatile sport. You can get injured, drop of a hat, and the guy that's behind you, your backup, a la Kurt Warner, when the Rams QB went down, you gotta prepare your teammates because you never know when you might need them. I think it's selfish of Ryan Tannehill. It tells me a lot about Ryan Tannehill, and I just think that he sees the writing on the wall. That it's only a matter of time before it becomes Malik Willis's team.
Well, I'm very glad that this question came up. But let me answer it this way. Okay. Ryan Tannehill I believe, gave the wrong answer. And I answer a question with a question. Was Alex Smith wrong for helping Patrick Mahomes be the best quarterback in the league?
No.
Knowing that his job was going to be over soon?
Nope. No.
No. And you know what? Ryan Tannehill just got paid $100 million 3 seasons ago. You're going to play out this contract. You're not playing for another contract with Tennessee. I hope he knows this. And then I don't know if you guys heard, but then right after the Kurt Warner report, or right before, one of the two, it came out that after that loss, he was in a very dark place and he had to sought out therapy. As a Titans fan, I'm telling you guys all right now, do not draft Ryan Tannehill in your fantasy. Any quarterbacks that lose confidence, that machismo, when they lose that about them, they're done. I don't care who you are. If you're a quarterback in the National Football League and you lose that confidence, that ego, you're done. I honestly believe we can't say Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, because Brett Favre stayed on for 3 seasons. We can't say this is what did we just say? Aaron Rodgers, Kevin Love, because Jordan Love. Yeah, Jordan Love. I keep saying Kevin Love. Jordan Love's about to be out the league. Ain't nobody gonna want him. And you know what situation this is? This is John Kitna, Carson Palmer situation. This guy's going to sit, study the playbook. We have a new passing game coordinator who's most likely going to take over the offense next year when this offensive coordinator gets fired, Downing. Because, like I said, Tennessee builds within with Vrabel and Robinson, and they've already done this already. When Marcus Mariota was at the end, what did they do? They fired his offensive coordinator, traded for Ryan Tannehill. Boom. Next year, it was everything go. They hired a passing game coordinator from the Houston Texans. Why? Because he was good with the younger quarterbacks. It's like everything's falling into what they did with Marcus Mariota. They brought a guy for Ryan Tannehill. Now they're bringing a guy who can teach him how to, guess what? And this offensive coordinator had down the field passing abilities with another rookie quarterback who was drafted in the 3rd round. Darius had a very good rookie year, if you guys didn't notice, that rookie quarterback in Houston. Can you imagine next year, him getting a whole year, him getting an offseason? This year, he doesn't even need to get his feet wet. Just watch Ryan Tannehill do good or bad. Because good or bad, it's only going to cost us $5 million to get rid of his contract next year anyway.
So let me ask you this real quick. Do you think Mike Vrabel pulls a Bill Walsh? Mike Vrabel pulls a Bill Walsh. Do you guys
Mr. You mean getting rid of Joe Montana and having Steve Young?
It's going to be the Steve Young, Joe Montana situation all over again?
The Steve Young or even Joe Montana, where
I might see that.
Where they're not that he's going to get rid of him, but there's going to be little plays.
I think, yeah.
Here and there for Willis.
I don't
see that. I think they will. They will include him in the offense.
I do too. I think it's going to be one of those gimmick things where it's like, I'm going to throw him in, especially, and then maybe give him a spark. Get his feet wet. And next thing you know, little by little, you're going to see Ryan Tannehill out the door. And here you go, Willis.
All right, well, let me ask you the question. Did Ryan Tannehill lose all of his confidence after the playoff game? That's the answer to the question. If the answer is yes, he's out.
Did you hear the latest on ESPN's news that he went to therapy over this loss?
Yeah, I just brought that up.
Hard, huh?
So if he went to therapy, he loses. Then yes, he lost his confidence. he's taking that loss really, really hard.
And if I'm not mistaken, and I quote Ryan Tannehill when he was telling somebody, when I closed my eyes at night, I saw my decision making be wrong.
Well, there you go.
Hey, Joey, maybe we take some pressure off for him because I know he was a receiver in college. Now, I don't know what his 40 time is these days, but
4.7.
You put Ryan Tannehill out, out there as a receiver, and I see you shaking your head. No,
Give me.
he was a receiver in college. Maybe he needs a change.
Look, you want me to be upfront? You want to be honest?
Just you let AJ Brown
This was the main reason why I didn't like him coming from college into the NFL when he got drafted by Miami. I said, no, you don't draft former wide receivers to play quarterback in the NFL. He's had the best part of his career with Tennessee. I will give him that. I am not knocking him for that. I think he's actually played way better than I thought he could. But right now, I hate to agree with the analyst, but I think he's just as far as he can go.
See, right now you have Tannehill. You need Tannehill back. That's what you need. So how do we get Tannehill? How do we get him back?
I don't.
All right.
I don't see it. He had a bad season because all the receivers and he had no tight ends was hurt. And then he had a really, really bad game against Cincinnati. So I have no idea. That's why I'm what they call stuck on stupid, because either we're a really good fundamental team, which people don't see. Good offensive line, good defensive line, good secondary, good running backs, good wide receiver game. All you need to do is switch out the quarterback and the middle linebacker and we're good to go.
Okay. So, all right. So that's the Titans. Let's get into this thing I call here NFL free agents not signed yet. And I got a list here. And I'll break it down. I got quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. This is from profootballnetwork.com. So the top 6 quarterbacks that have not signed anywhere: Cam Newton,
Did we just lose Big Chief, buddy?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm right here. Do any of these guys get signed to any teams? Do you see Cam Newton going back to Carolina? Do you see Fitzpatrick staying in Washington just to help out their young quarterbacks? And I don't know if Josh. I'm not a big fan of Josh Rosen, so I think he's done. And then AJ McCarron came from Alabama. You know how I feel about Alabama quarterbacks.
How about Fitzmagic goes to the Titans just to help tutor Mr. Malik Willis, since Tannehill doesn't want to do it?
He's already been to Tennessee. He's not going back.
Bring him back.
No, look, we ain't bringing Magic Fitz back. Look, if there's any team that does need him,
he can teach Malik Willis the offense, man. He's an Ivy League guy.
Look,
I'm sure you won't have any problem tutoring him.
Kurt Warner said on live TV, if you wanna help, hit me on my DM. You think that Malik Willis ain't been in his DM already?
I would hope so.
Come on, man. If there's anybody you'd want to pick the brain, you want to learn how to bag groceries, which somebody made a joke. If you want on Twitter, if you want to learn how to play quarterback on a minimal level, if you want to learn how to play quarterback in the Arena League, if you want to learn how to play quarterback in NFL, if you want to learn how to be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback on multiple teams, Kurt Warner's your guy. And guess what? I'm sorry. Guess what? It's very well known that he's a man of faith. And everybody knows Kurt Warner is a man of faith. Hand, how you doing? Just saying.
So I got one. I got another one. If you want to learn how to transition, where you got a star quarterback or potentially your backup, the team's future behind you, and you want to show them the way, no look more than Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner did that in New York with Eli Manning, and I believe, did he not do that also with Arizona? Did he not do that with Arizona, where he was a quarterback in Arizona, and then I forget who the next quarterback was after that? Was that Carson Palmer, or was it
Carson Palmer?
Right. So if that's what you need to do, that's what Tannehill needs to do with this young quarterback. That's what everybody needs to do with these young quarterbacks, right? Is that the time's going to come to where you're not going to be that franchise quarterback. You had your time in the sun.
Everyone's
replaceable. Alex Smith did that. Patrick Mahomes, about 15 years from now, probably going to do the same thing. Okay, the only quarterback that didn't do it was Tom Brady. Tom Brady could have did it with Jimmy G, chose not to. But I don't know. I think that's what you need to do. Let's break down some of these wide receivers that are still in free agency. You got two Walt's your favorite wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr. Julio Jones, Emmanuel Sanders, Jarvis Landry, Cole Beasley, Will Fuller, John Ross, Albert Wilson, Keenan Cole, Adam Humphries. And the question I have here is, Ravens have six fourth-round picks. Ravens didn't draft a wide receiver in no rounds. Are they cooking something for like OBJ, Jarvis Landry, or really did the Ravens just say, you know what, I'm going to give away Hollywood Brown, and we're just going to have Lamar Jackson run it 100 times?
It's funny that you mentioned that, Anthony, because I think I was saying that during the draft. I think I was saying, oh my gosh, they didn't draft a wide receiver. Are they really going to sign A.J. Brown? I mean,
OBJ.
Are they going to sign Antonio Brown? Like, that's where I'm stuck at right now. That's like, you need a guy who can route run and be a speed guy for you.
So any of these guys I just named top 10, you wouldn't get them over Antonio Brown?
Juice is the only one that I would want in Tennessee.
No, but for Baltimore wouldn't get any one of these 10 guys instead of Antonio Brown? Because Antonio Brown's a head case.
Yeah, I thought
he's still great.
We saw the last of him, but maybe a team will give him another chance. But so Joe, you rather take Jarvis Landry than OBJ?
Yeah, because OBJ is not going to play next year. He tore his ACL in the Super Bowl, not in the beginning of the season, and he's ready to come back.
But they can come back.
No, he don't work out like that. He's not Adrian Peterson.
Do you know do you know who needs a wide receiver?
How about Tennessee?
How about Arizona?
Arizona does not need a wide receiver.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Didn't they just lose the wide receiver?
Did you guys watch the draft? I mean, silly question, because I thought all of us were there.
We did, but do you not think they can get another wide receiver? They just lost a wide receiver.
First of all, he's going to appeal that. Second of all, do you see our wide receiver and tight end room?
I understand that, but I mean, don't get me wrong. The suspension was horrible, or maybe it wasn't that horrible. Because I don't understand how he only gets those many games, but Ridley gets a whole year for betting on a team that he wasn't even part of his team. So you tell me you can performance enhancing is is less of a crime than betting on a team sports that it's not even part of your team. It's not like you bet it on your team to do stern. You bet it on other games. That's not affecting your team. Performance enhancing perfects your team because if you get caught, you get suspended. You should be suspended for a year.
Yeah, no, I see your point. I see your point. But when you're talking about gambling on games, you're messing with the integrity of the game, and that's that's dangerous, man. That's a dangerous territory.
But sorry to cut you off. But they advertise this stuff everywhere. DraftKings, Caesars, StubHub.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you, but that's
Fox betting.
The demographic for that is the fans. As a player, you're told, you're told in rookie camp, they let you know that that's unacceptable. You cannot gamble in any way or form. So it's not like Calvin Ridley, didn't know.
Right. But
so he's got nobody to blame but himself. I mean, come on, man. Like, he didn't have you don't have a friend that could place a bet for you. Like, if you're gonna do that, you got to be smarter about it, man.
I know, but okay. But if you're gonna put that stuff and you're gonna be enhanced, then that's gonna mess with. You're gonna mess with that messes with you and your team. So now you're gonna, it just said he's gonna repeal the 6 games. It shouldn't be 6 games. Make it 8 then. Make it half the season. Right? Make it half the season. At least.
So from what Anthony just reported, which I'm going to have to check up, it says he withdrew his appeal for 6 games.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to get the full story because I assumed when I saw it was for performance enhancement, I assumed something else.
It's enhancement. It's enhancing
steroids,
his performance.
Right?
It's steroids. It's somewhat of a steroid. It's a HGH, the cream or the clear. Okay.
Like I said, the only reason why I'm confused about that is for a guy who's been in the league longer than a decade. I'm not quoting him. I'm just saying because it makes sense. For a guy who's never been associated with anybody who's gotten caught for it, been in the league longer than 10 years, he's a workout warrior. He works out with all the workout warriors.
Understandable. But if you get hurt and you pull a hamstring or you mess a muscle up, this stuff doesn't infect you as far as your skill. It helps you get healing
recovery
faster. It's your recovery.
Yeah, your recovery time.
It's just a good old saying like this. Barry Bonds never the stuff that Barry
got
Bonds
caught.
Well, no, okay. Well, I'll go with people that get caught. A-Rod that got caught, Manny Ramirez that got caught,
and Sammy Sosa told on himself.
Right, they didn't affect them hitting the actual baseball. What got them there is they were able to play longer and healthier.
Yeah, and when the bat looked like a toothpick in Mark McGwire's hands, we knew something was up.
Correct, exactly. When Barry Bonds' head is
head grew 10 times the size.
Do you remember the video game Bunk?
Yeah, we knew something was up.
So, I personally think. So.
One question completely off topic. I just hooked up my Fire Stick. Anybody know where the sports are?
Miami is up at halftime, 60-52.
Okay.
So you're up by 8 at half.
Bader and Czech Congo are going to fight?
So
did I miss something?
All right, so let's get into with some of these running backs real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sony Michel, Alex Collins, David Johnson, Darrell Williams, Devontae Freeman. Any of those running backs going to get a new team?
You know how many times I drafted David Johnson in fantasy just to let me down year after year?
He's hurt.
Well,
I gave up on that guy a long time ago.
I could say the same thing about Sony Michel. I was all pumped for him to go to LA, and be one of the key running backs. So I drafted him and
didn't quite pan out.
No, you know.
Hey, in your defense, Daniel, I told you draft at least one rookie running back and just sit him on your bench. Did I or did I not?
Yeah. So the tight ends: Rob Gronkowski, Jared Cook, Kyle Randolph, Eric Urban, and Blake Jarwin. Are any of those tight ends getting? I mean, is Gronk gonna stay? Come back, right?
I don't know. I don't see
And
Gronk resigning. It's funny, but I am going to say this. Eric Ebron goes back to Detroit where he got drafted. And say the list one more time. There was one more guy.
Blake Jarwin.
Kyle,
no,
or Jared Cook.
Jared Cook goes back to Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers because they need him now, and he'll be cheap.
They were trying to work a trade with Vegas, right, to get Darren Waller.
Yeah,
that was a lie.
But
Darren Waller ain't going anywhere. He missed
no
Vegas.
Chance.
He ain't going anywhere. So
it's like I've given up on the Debo to the Cowboys deal also at this point.
Oh my! You fine? Really?
But no, you never know.
Here we go. You should have left it out. I left it alone. You never know. I knew. I told you when it would happen.
We'll see what happens down the line.
No, there is no line. There's not a plate to put the food on. There's no pot to boil the water. There is no line. There's no plate. There's no bucket. There's no bottle.
We'll be fine. CD Lamb is going to have a breakout year. But we're going to be just fine.
All right.
Draft CD Lamb, guys, in your fantasy draft. Thank me later. We'll have a breakout.
Hey, Anthony, I just plugged in my Fire Stick. You got to give me a minute here, okay?
Hey, you had that Fire Stick, according to sources to this program, for like 2 years, and I
got it for Christmas 2 years ago,
and you just now putting it together.
I put it together last night. You're right; it was easy.
I got 4 Fire Sticks, 3 smart TVs, an Xbox, a PlayStation. I got so many.
Okay, I got 1 Fire Stick, 2 dumb TVs, a cable box, a PlayStation 4. What does X have? Oh no, we have 2 PlayStation 4s and 1 Switch.
I'm just saying, like I got.
There's no way I'm gonna admit to illegally streaming anything on here.
No. I didn't. It's not jailbroken.
It's not jailbroken.
No jailbroken. No jailbroken.
I'm just telling him that why he paid for cable is I don't understand. He paid for cable. So, all right. So let's get into a little bit of this. Other playoffs are going on right now. So that was some NFL. So right here, I have the Colorado Avalanche taking the Stanley Cup, beating the Florida Panthers. Now, let me tell you, I know Colorado is the best team in this league. They didn't win the President's Trophy. They didn't win the President's Trophy. So that means they're cursed. They're not cursing. As far as like the President's Trophy, no one winning the whole Stanley Cup that year since like I think the Red Wings back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
So, but I think the Avalanche and they won their first game handily, 7-2.
7-2.
Yes, so they won. The Kings, my Kings. Look, I think it's gonna be a nice if they do beat Edmonton. I don't have them beating Edmonton in this round because I think it's a young. I got them in like another year. It's a kind of they were still new, but could they mess stuff up? Like they said, Dustin Brown has an emotional retirement, so he's gonna be leaving at the end of this year. Could they mess stuff up? Sure can. What they do first game, boom, Ottawa. They took out Edmonton the first game, and they're up 1-0. They stole a game on the road, so I can see that. Right now, Tampa Bay is actually winning 2-0. So and they got beat 5-0 against Toronto. Tampa been up and down. I've seen people say that friends of mine have said Tampa Bay is basically got them where they want them. That they will lose to a team 6-2 in the next week. The next game they beat them 8-1. So we'll see where it goes right there. But who do you guys have in the final?
Well, I do hope the Kings beat the Oilers and advance. And I don't know how deep they're going to go, but I would like to see the Kings make it to the Stanley Cup. Probably not going to happen.
I would love it.
I'm kind of disappointed the Detroit Red Wings aren't involved because I love watching the fans throw the octopus on the ice. That's always a cool tradition. But of course, I would want. Can the Kings and the Boston Bruins face each other in the
final? Yeah.
Okay, so that would be my pick. Any Boston
huh?
is always good.
That could be good.
Always good for sports.
Boston got a long row ahead of them because I have it Avalanche against the Carolina Hurricanes. So
now, Joey, our hockey expert.
I'm gonna put my throw in here. See how we're doing. So, as long as the LA Kings,
Joey, just one.
No, hold on. Hear me out. I got you. As long as the LA Kings beat Dallas, lose to the Colorado Avalanche, they get to the Cup to play against the Penguins.
You're taking the Ice Chickens?
I say whoever wins between New York and Pittsburgh loses to the Colorado Avalanche in the finals.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, that New York Ranger game.
I thought for sure Joey's internet was going to start buffering when we started talking about hockey.
Yeah.
It just froze.
So the New York Rangers and Pittsburgh Penguins, their first game took them 3 overtimes. Okay, if that's the way that series is going to go, they're not going to last long. I don't think they're going to last long. But, all right, so I got it, Avalanche Canes. Mr. Irrelevant wants a Boston, LA, just to go with the theme. And 2 odds is taking the winner of the Pittsburgh Rangers series to take on his Avalanche. All right, that'd be interesting to see. All right, so other than that, we got 10 minutes to go. Let's talk about some NBA playoffs.
Just give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Give him a minute. Romero, Mr. Irrelevant. These playoffs are interesting. What is going on with these playoffs in the NBA?
Injuries. A lot of injuries have kind of changed things here. Obviously, with Joe Embiid being out with the orbital injury, that obviously made it easier for Miami here to advance. I don't know how long Embiid's going to be out for, but he better come back quick because this series might be over fairly quick.
I'm thinking that Miami is going to gentleman sweep them. Okay,
yeah, I can see that.
Or maybe not even. Well, I don't know if it's gentleman sweep is lose 1, win 4, right?
Yeah, 4-1.
So 4-1. So I don't know if it's going to be a gentleman's sweep, but it's going to be. I think they could sweep them. Either way, they're going to sweep them.
Yeah, I think Embiid he needs to call up Mr. Kareem and get some goggles and get out there on the court, man. Because otherwise, Miami's going to run away with this series.
Well, you got to figure with Miami winning.
He's back.
He's back.
Did he wait? Did Romero just say that Miami's going to run away with the series?
Well, they should.
Due to Joe Embiid.
76ers are bandaged up. They got nobody.
But Romero, before the season, we both agreed that James Harden is going to be James Harden during the postseason. But then when the playoffs started, you said, well, they're not going to beat the 76ers with James Harden and Mr. Broken Joel Embiid. Yes. So which one is it?
I always preface it with, injuries aside, if Joel Embiid was healthy, I think
he would still lose.
Would probably beat Miami. But don't get excited. Don't get too excited now, Joey, because you will have to face the Greek Freak. And even though Middleton is out, Greek Freak alone is going to give you nightmares.
You do realize that we have better athletes in the paint than they do. They have no 7-footers in Boston. Their best defender in the paint is Al Horford. We have the best paint defender in the league. We have the most irritating defender in the league.
Let me ask you, Joey. So, given the choice, would you rather face Boston or Milwaukee?
Milwaukee.
You want?
I told you, I'm not changing my story.
You really?
I want all the smoke. Okay. Light it up. I want it all.
Be careful what you wish for.
I am careful what I wish for. When we get our title, I want to run through Phoenix if I can, because that whole CP3 nonsense, the point guard, I love him as a point guard. I'm tired of that whole mess. Everybody's like, oh, he's the greatest point guard of all time. No! Steph Curry and Magic Johnson are the greatest point guards of all time. I don't care how many trash teams that CP3 gets in postseason losing the first round. Everybody forgot until he got with James Harden, the dude was a perennial first-round loser every single season. So you know what? I want all the smoke. I would love to see Golden State, Miami. I don't even care about that anymore. I want CP3. I want Big 22 because I'm forgetting his name, and I want Book healthy. I want all three in the finals. I want all the smoke, and I want to go through Milwaukee with Middleton coming back to get there, because I don't want there being no bubble excuses. I don't want there being no, it was a shortened season excuses. I don't want there, everybody was hurt. No, I want all the smoke.
Okay, but you lost the smoke because I would have been like, I don't know. I don't think you would have. A healthy 76ers team, I don't think you guys would have beat them.
Again,
it's true.
So you lost.
We would have beaten that. See, again, this whole narrative now that we're not beating the 76ers with a worn down James Harden and one guy is going to beat Miami's team. This is what's killing me.
I said, if the Sixers
if Joel Embiid was healthy,
if they were Sixers, if the Sixers, not Joel Embiid, the Sixers were healthy, Miami would not have going to beat this team.
Fact.
Did I miss something? James Harden is James Harden, and the only person hurt is Joel Embiid.
I'm just saying. So as far as Miami goes, hey, congratulations, but you're not beating the Bucks.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, Joey. Enjoy it while you can.
Look, like I told you, win or lose, I want all the smoke. I don't want no excuses.
I get you a solo cup and everything.
Hold on, guys. I gotta find the keys.
So, but that's okay. Let's get to the Phoenix here. What is going on with Luka? What is going on with Luka right now?
Luka, man, his progression is pretty remarkable. Right now he's developing into what everyone thought he would develop into. He's just a great all-around player. I still think Dallas is lacking in certain areas, but they're a competitive team, and all this experience is only going to help Luka in the long run. So I think it'll be a learning experience for Luka.
Do you think the Suns are gonna handle this series, sweep them up, win in 5.
I mean, they're definitely favorite to overtake Dallas, but don't be surprised. I mean, don't be surprised with Luka. He might make it interesting. He's a special talent, so he might make it more difficult than people expect.
Okay. If you guys don't mind, I'll throw my 2 cents here about this series. Okay. What are we, a game in?
Yeah.
Okay.
They play tonight.
Didn't he score 44 in the first game? Luka?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did Jason Kidd get better as a coach? Yay or nay? Just simple question.
Luka scored 45.
So is that yes or no that Jason Kidd got better as a coach?
Yeah, you would think so.
I think he's a good coach. What do you got against Jason Kidd?
Okay, what is my point you're asking? Okay. Jason Kidd is not about to just sit there and get out-coached like Doc Rivers or some other coaches that we've known in the history of the playoffs. He's been there and done that. We saw what happened when they left the Lakers. Notice that they couldn't adjust for anything after he left.
Yeah, so
Jason Kidd has done a great job. I mean, this team is overachieved. So I'm not sure.
And that's kind of my point. They traded away their star in Kristaps Porzingis, and yes, I said star. Kristaps Porzingis. They traded him to fill out the roster. They play better as a team now. The only difference is they can't stop DeAndre Ayton. Big 22. That's their only issue. But then again, Phoenix can't stop Luka. So really, who's going to be the bigger star in the series? DeAndre.
Devin Booker.
Okay, but I think honestly, if you put Luka and Booker, like if Booker had to stay on Luka, Booker's going to have issues. Luka he's not a good defender. He's kind of like Steph Curry on the defense side of the ball. He's more irritating. He's like, wait, where does this dude come from? As opposed to the dude locking you down. But then again, that's kind of why I like Luka, because everything he does is sneaky. I remember one time he got a foul called on Mr. I get paid a lot of money for no reason in Utah for literally jumping, making no contact with him, and somehow they still called Rudy Gobert for the foul. He's the greatest seller in the NBA, him and Draymond.
By the way, how did you guys feel about some of these technical fouls? Well, actually, ejections, because Draymond Green ended up getting thrown out of the game.
Horrible.
I love Draymond Green.
Horrible.
Yeah, Draymond's a throwback, man. I could see him playing with the bad boy Pistons. Unfortunately, today's league is soft. There's no other way to put it. But there's no way that back in the 80s or 90s, a player would have been ejected for that. I mean,
no. All right. Yeah. So the other series, let's go with this other. Yeah, NBA doesn't want no sweep. Yeah, they don't want no sweep. It's been fixed for years. I've been saying it for the last few years. The longer the series, the better. Why do you think they went to 7 games? Remember, the first round used to be 5, best out of 5, 5, 7, 7. Now then it went to 7, 7, 7 because they're like, let's add 2 more games.
Honestly, I'm thinking that little playing game, instead of it being let the teams who earn a bye week, like let them have that little bye week. Like let those.
You could do a playing game, make it a series 3.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like make that a 3-game series. Make those dudes actually play, and then give those teams on the top a chance to rest, because that's the right that they earn, being the top 6 seeds.
So how many games do you guys see this Warriors series going?
Well, I have the Warriors. I have Memphis beating the Warriors. And I picked Memphis in the finals.
You did?
I picked Memphis in the finals.
He hates all my teams.
I love watching John Morant. I mean, the body control. He's a contortionist, man. But there's no way they're going to beat the Warriors. There's just no way.
Not in 7 games.
No.
First of all, Golden State went in there and did what they were supposed to do. Steal a game on their court. So they won home field back. Now, all they got to do, Memphis with that young team is going to go in Golden State, Daniel, and beat Golden State.
I picked Memphis to go to the finals, so I'm sticking with it.
That's a bold pick.
I have Memphis versus Milwaukee.
They're too young.
At least the Suns have veterans.
Yeah.
What you guys talking about? I've done it. I said this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but we were still confused then as we are now.
I think Danny might have a direct line to the refs or something. He might know Tim Donaghy.
I do. I have a line. I do.
He might know something we don't know.
I do. I do know a lot of things that you guys don't know. But yes.
Hey man, this dude can build cabinets. He can.
I don't know anything.
Like this dude does a lot more with his house.
But now look, John Morant's got to put 47. Can he put 47 on them like he did in game 2? That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot for him to put. He can't average that. He needs some help.
He's going to see a lot of double teams.
He is going to see a lot of double teams. But I still like the I'm sticking with my pick. I can't not go with my pick there. I have to keep going with it.
So you're admitting that you're not comfortable about it?
No, I said I'm gonna stick with it. I'm okay with it. I'm comfortable with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you're sticking with it, but just because you stick with your pick doesn't mean you're comfortable. Like right now, I picked Golden State, Miami. I'm very comfortable about Miami. I'm not comfortable about Golden State because the Suns all of a sudden. CP3 had a game where he went 14 for 14. I can't. Like, I don't know what this. They need to test him for some steroids or something, man. He found the cheat code. This dude's 38 playing like he's 28. The only difference when he was 28, he was getting bounced out in the first round.
So, all right. So you're gonna still stick with Miami versus Golden State and
but right now I want the heavy smoke.
And what about you, Mr. Relevant? Who are you gonna get?
I think you're gonna see a rematch of last year's finals. It's gonna be Phoenix and Milwaukee again. Yep.
Hashtag the hate is real.
Nothing personal, Joey. Miami is just not good enough.
No, that's fine.
It's so funny to get this guy going, ain't it? It's so hilarious to get him in and going because he is.
Kyle Lowry better ice up. Ice up, son.
People watching, understand this right here. The hate is real. Very real. The hate is real.
Anthony got Warrens in Boston.
Mr. Irrelevant does not hate.
So look, I picked Memphis to win this series in 7. I picked Memphis in 7, and then I had Memphis beating Utah, and then I had Milwaukee in 6, and then Milwaukee beating Toronto. So I still got Milwaukee. Milwaukee's gonna beat. I had Milwaukee beating Memphis in 5. That's what I had picked. That's what I had picked. But hey,
that would be exciting.
Let me tell you this though. I kind of agree with you when you said the NBA is missing something. The NBA is missing a villain. There's no villain in this series, in these teams. Who's the villain?
I told you, without the Lakers, the playoffs are no fun, man.
Apparently Jimmy Buckets.
We're the team you guys love to hate. The ratings are down.
It's not It's not the Lakers per se.
LeBron is that villain that you guys need in the playoffs right now.
It's LeBron is the villain, because even you could put Jimmy Butler as all you want as far as the villain, but he's not that kind of villain.
Apparently he is. Everybody hating on him. Miami ain't going nowhere. You picked Atlanta to win the series. You picked the 76ers to win the series.
What can
I do?
That was pretty disrespectful.
Hey, I
picked Atlanta to beat you guys. That was pretty disrespectful.
I had to shoot my shot, right? I had to shoot my shot. You know,
keep shooting.
A little bit disrespectful, a little bit.
Keep shooting.
But all right, guys. Hey, well, that's gonna do it for us today, this week. Appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. Chris O'Connell, what's going on? Yo. You got to get you on the show sometime. Talk some baseball. We're gonna get back also with baseball. We got Dodgers are rolling, you know,
and the Angels too.
Angels are rolling.
We might see a little freeway World Series.
And I saw that thing you sent me. Do you have it on you right now? What you had sent me earlier?
So both New York teams are leading their division. Both LA and Anaheim are leading their division.
So I mean, you know, hey, can we get a LA New York semis and potentially World Series? We'll see, because it's pretty good. We'll see what happens. The Giants.
Hey, Joey, when you going to some baseball games?
Yeah, Joey.
I'm gonna figure all that out with my nephew and my cousin here in a little bit. I'm gonna go with them. We're all gonna go to an Angels game first, and then, of course, when I sell my leg, then I can afford to go to a Dodger game.
When you sell your leg?
Yeah, and it's got to be the right one, because the left one I feel pretty comfortable that I can jump and kick with at the same time. But I can't work without the left leg. I need.
Hey, by the way, I was on TV during the Orlando City game that I was on. I sat. These are great. I had great seats right behind the goal.
I saw that.
So those are great. Good. Those are, you know, hey, if you can go to a soccer game, go to a soccer game. It won't cost you an arm or a leg. Go.
Did you have a vuvuzela with you?
No, they don't allow those in MLS games. But you know, I think 2 wallets. You got to come up with the soccer team. You got 2 in LA now. You got the LAFC, or you got the Galaxy.
Joey.
Now you need
LAFC.
If you need some help, I got a hat here.
No, not the Galaxy.
That you know,
LAFC.
You can go with the Galaxy.
What's LAFC? Is it the Los Angeles Fire Chiefs? Because that would be awesome.
It's the Los Angeles Football Club, man.
Los Angeles Football Club.
See, hey, we have a cooler stadium than the Galaxy. Galaxy plays like in Carson, you know.
Hey, that stadium's cool, man. I used to work there.
So did I.
It's all right.
Hey, they tip pretty well, man.
It's by what? Cal State Dominguez, right?
Yeah. Where is what's it called? The Bank of California Stadium. Where is that?
Right in the smack of downtown LA, I think, man. It's beautiful.
Is it near SoFi?
Man, ain't nobody trying to drive down there, man. I ain't trying to pay no $47 to park my car 15 minutes.
That's why you hop on the metro and you take a shuttle.
Man, first of all, if I wanted to take the blue line, the red line, I'm okay. If anybody wants to know from what they're talking about, if you want to go straight downtown and you want to get to that stadium, you just gonna take the red line. And then if you want to go to Carson, you take the red line to the blue line, and it'll take you straight there, drink all you want, and then take it straight back to the station.
You guys got to get to a soccer game. They're awesome. I'm actually going to take the girls to their first soccer game at the end of the month. So
cool.
I'm going to take them there.
Foam fingers.
I'm going to get them scarves. I'm going to get them the scarves.
Numero uno.
Oh, okay.
The scar. They got the big scar. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So, all right, guys. Well, again, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, share this video with all your friends. We'll be back next week. Talk a little bit of NBA, NHL, whatever's going on. Maybe we'll even get some baseball in there.
Yeah, so, Miami Heat might be gone by then.
Yeah, we might need some new topics. So Miami's going to be gone. We'll see what happens. Go Kings. Go Lightning.
Enjoy it while you can, Joey. Enjoy it while you can.
Keep telling people the hate is real. The hate is real. Yes.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys later.